Today, I want to show you a marketing strategy that is completely backwards. And that's what I call it. It's actually called a backwards marketing strategy. And most people, when they come up with a marketing strategy in their business, they say, hey, I want to get on TikTok and I want to get leads from TikTok, or I want to make sales on there, or I want to use Google Maps to bring leads into my business that I can convert. But this is completely different. We're going to end up at the proper channel by working this backwards. What we're going to do is we're going to start completely at the other end. Where do we want our ideal client to end up? Now, this is a really simple strategy I'm going to show you today. It really takes 4 parts: pen, paper, and it has a very high likelihood of succeeding in your business when you build it this way. So if you take 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes to build your next campaign, the way I'm going to show you with the backwards campaign method, the backwards digital marketing strategy, whatever you want to call it, it's almost foolproof. Now, you can always mess it up, but it's going to work better. So here's the first thing you want to do. Ask yourself, what is the outcome that I want them to have? Do I want them to buy from my website? Do I want them to book a call? Do I want them to call me? Do I want them to like and comment on a post? Find out what it is you want them to do if everything worked out ultimately the way you want, okay? And typically that's a sale, but some of you have you got to have your closers and your setters do their work, like you do things that way. It doesn't matter. Ask yourself, what is it that I want people to do as a result of all marketing, okay? Once you have that, now we're gonna work backwards from that. So let's just say right now you wanna have people visit your website and book something on your website, your service, whatever, okay? That's the first thing, outcome. The next thing we wanna ask ourselves, what problems do our ideal clients have? Like, what is it that they are dealing with on a daily basis in their business or in their life or in their business, okay? And now you probably know some of that, and those are probably a little bit easier if you've been around some marketing, you kind of understand the pain points and you've already discussed that, but that's great. But here's the next question you have to ask yourself. What outcomes do they want? Okay, they have this problem. What is the solution? And it's probably your business, but what does that solution look like? If you removed your business, like name it, write it down. What is it? Okay. Now this step is really, really important because we're digging into understanding our ideal clients. And when it comes to understanding them at a high level, our goal is to know them better than they know themselves. So when they end up where we're going, they're going to be like, this company gets me. They know exactly what I want. They know what I'm dealing with every day. They understand me. Okay. So that's our goal, is to get to that point. So just recap. We started at the outcome that you want them to take: buy, book, call, whatever. We're going to take a step back, and that is, what problems are they facing and what outcomes do they want? Now this is where you got to brain dump those two things. Okay. As much as you can, whether you're using AI to work through this or you're just doing it on paper, that's cool. Okay, next thing. Now that you know their pain, their problems, and that they want a solution, here's the fun part. Create an offer to fix that problem and give them the desires they want, okay? Now you might have an offer, you might say, okay, I already have that, Brennan. Cool. But now that you've kind of in your own mind painted that picture of what they're dealing with, put your offer in front of it and be like, does this make sense? Does it still make sense for all the things I've written down for these people? Like what they're going through. Does my offer make sense? If not, that's cool. Just customize it, change it, make a new one. Doesn't matter. Okay. Create an offer that fulfills the desires that they have. Okay. Now that you know that about them. And this is why we're going backwards through this. You're starting to see how this works so well. Okay. So now when it comes to offers, make sure it solves their problem. It really truly does. It's not what you think does. It solves it, like in their mind, this is exactly what they're looking for. Make it as low friction, as low risk. Doesn't have to be as low priced, but low risk, low friction, and tell them why they should take this. What's it going to do for them? What risk do they have by having this offer, taking you up on this offer? and just kind of paint that picture for them, okay? So now your messaging is starting to come together. You know what they want, you know what their pain is, so you know their desires. Now you're building this offer for them. You're marketing already. Just if you sat down and had to do some marketing, now that you know those two things, you're gonna be doing really good. And then obviously you know where you're sending them at the end because you started with the outcome in mind, okay? So you're already off to the races. That's where it comes together right here. All we have to do, this is the fourth and final step. We have to create the message, okay? You know the outcome, you know what they're going through, you know what your offer does to get them the desire they want. Now we have to put that in a message. And here's the simplest way I can tell you to do it. Picture this is a bridge, okay? There's a gap. You're on one side, they're on the other side of a river, okay? On the other side of that river, they're dealing with their pain, their problems, the issues that we already know they're going through, right? Your offer is the bridge across that river to you, okay? You're on the other side, on the other shore with the solution that they want, saying, come over here, we got this. All you gotta do is bridge that gap for them. Okay? You don't have to do any fancy copywriting and all that. Like there's professionals to do that for you. But if you're just doing your own digital marketing, this is the easiest way to do it, okay? So paint the picture with words or with video or with imagery somehow, right? That you understand what's on the side that they're on, and then show them how your offer bridges them over to the desire that they want to be on, where you're at. And you're the only one that can get that for them. Or at least that's the way you're gonna make it sound. Now they have competition and all different things that they can go to, or your competition they can go to, but that's very minor stuff. The better you are at painting that picture and showing them why they should choose you and come over with your offer, the higher it's gonna convert. And now that you worked backwards through this system before you got to the messaging, it's easy. It is so much easier because now you really, really know their heart's desires and you've built that offer to fix their problems. It's so easy when you go this way. So next time you're setting out to create a marketing strategy or a campaign, I want you to work it backwards. What is the outcome that you want them to do? What do you want them to buy, book, call, whatever, okay? Then ask yourself, what problems are they facing? What outcome do they want? And really dive into that and understand that, and then build your offer around that, and then build the messaging around what you've pieced together. It'll be so much easier when you do this. Anyways, hopefully you found this video useful, valuable. If you like this method or you've tried this method, now that you've heard this video, go ahead, drop some comments, let me know. I'll try to respond to you. All right, we'll see you in the next video.